For life.
I didn't see much on the agenda. That's calling you. I didn't see anything come out the other one.
No.
How much is it?
Depends on how many hours and what mower he has to use.
$2.50 an hour. I think is what it is.
I haven't seen that for a long time.
I do.
Circus peanuts.
I'm an old soul when it comes to candy.
You lost, man.
Give me the amount on the plane.
It was on down the road.
Clean
Oh,
down,
it's
right
already
here.
down there.
Down there.
I'll get it in a minute. I'll just wait till he does it.
I'm not hearing this tonight, so you're gonna have to yell.
All right.
I can hear you.
No,
Just
All right,
Tom.
I'm gonna use it.
Is that why?
That's a
Big matter of like hearing it that way, right?
When I need it, I'll use it.
Sorry.
Send that down.
He just-
I didn't hear where it
Please,
said.
please.
That's funny, too.
Okay. Call the Yellowville Town Council meeting June 9, 2026 to order. If y'all please stand, we'll do the invocation and the pledge of allegiance.
Dear Father, we just thank you, Lord, for this town of Delville and summer school's ended, and we just pray for safety of the students and be with the police as they help protect us, Lord, and keep us safe and guide us for tonight in our decisions. And thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And you can call the roll, please.
Adam Jones.
Here.
Tom Roberts. Steve Rogan.
Yes.
Bill Walters.
Here.
Randy Herman. Here.
All right, first order of business is the minutes of May 12th, 2026. It's sent out. Everybody get a chance to see it.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. I've got a first and second. Any discussion, changes, updates? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Again, approved. Regional wastewater report, Tom?
Yeah, no boring report.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
That's a good.
But it was timely, and they're doing a lot of 811 locates, lift station repairs. But that's about it, unless you got something, Bill, that I don't have on this.
No, we're still moving forward on the interceptor. We'll be finishing out the rest of it here coming up when it gets cold again, because it's a swamp ground. We gotta get it froze. But other than that, the east side's done. We gotta get the west side done going into Chester. Okay, going on, claim docket. Everybody get a chance to see it, go through it. I need somebody to make a motion on the claim docket. I've got it, but I know you need it because you need the number.
I'll make a motion that we approve the clean docket for the amount of $142,749.40.
I'll second.
I've got a first and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. The revenue and detailed reports, financial report hasn't been gone over. You're finishing, he's finishing up the last of it. With the employee hours. Payroll distribution. Revenue detail history on 2. Steve's got the last of it. Moving on from that, we'll jump to what Steve's finishing up. You good with that? Sanitation.
I don't think we have anything. So, anybody have any questions about sanitation? Okay.
Water. Brad? Water. Yeah, I know. I seen it walk through the door. Water.
Everything's good. We've been dealing with the Commonwealth stuff and getting all the
So you got all his stuff he needs, he's finishing up his stuff.
I did get a phone call from him. We should have the hydraulic water model here pretty soon on that. The test, we had a couple more spots to get the pressure from, and then we will be able to have them, it should be finished up the model here pretty soon. Also, did you guys see the email I sent out today? Just to go with that, go and sip the water, I don't stop it, but on, the ban versus dollars on hand.
I did not.
Okay, we've got time. Remember Baker Tilly on the water project for the builders with the going from state revolving loan fund to USDA, we had to do a separate deal. And in that, we will have to do a ban for a period of 2 years. We have a choice to make, and they did an analysis on the ban, whether we borrowed the $500,000 that we needed for 2 years to get the design and drawings done to get going into it, or we used 416, or we used to pay for it out of cash on hand. I need you to look at those drawings because it's very significant. The difference in that 2 years is $1.2 million between borrowing $500,000 and carrying it in the note versus us using $416,000 in the same 2 year period and cutting $1.2 million off the total project. I sent you all the sheets on that and both sides of it for your analysis. So we've got
Basically,
time.
it's a matter of coming up with that money.
We've got the money. It's whether we want to use it from the
Right.
allocation or if we can move it. That's a decision this board needs to make.
So let the money come back ultimately.
Yes, because the ban, you have to pay, but you can use it, you pay that. The problem is you're paying it over the 40 years or 30 years, whatever the deal is. So that's where it goes from from 416,000 to $1.2 million.
Yeah.
So if we use it, we would just have to use our money through that 2 year period to pay for the drawings and stuff, to get it up, and then it would be reimbursed out of the deal, which you go into the full project cost. But if we borrow the money to do that, to get that 2 year time frame, it's cost us $1.2 million. Okay? So take a look at it. We've got plenty of time, but that one is important, so we'll discuss it in July.
Just a side question. If we end up doing the bond on the project, then 2 years, 3 years from now, interest rates drop way down. Can't refinance it on it. Okay.
We always have an option.
Which may help mitigate that. interest expense.
It is, I think on the band interest is 6% until you get into the USDA 2 years, when everything can be finalized up and we get to 2 point whatever it is interest rate on it for the longer period. That's why the difference in that 2 year time frame. That's what you'll see in the analysis that I sent to you. Okay. Anything else in water? Streets.
I just had to fix the sinkhole, but we're doing all right.
We started that project on Innovation Drive.
Probably about the end of July. I
Oh,
talked to him the
I
other day.
thought that was gonna, it started right away.
Well, the rain coming, they was gonna start and then the rain started in.
The rain did it, and then timing with, I did talk to the QT manager, I met with him, we discussed it. We can't have trucks turning in there, going down and turning around farther down to get back out and go in the other way, because we're gonna create the same problem at every turnaround, because the whole road is built that way. So somehow, some way, I don't think QT is gonna do it, I think we're gonna have to work with DC, and we're gonna have to do something to stop truck traffic turning down that road unless they are going to the business center, period. Huh?
Works on Walnut, taking them.
If we don't, we're the one that's gonna pay the cost, because they're gonna go down there and turn around, and they're gonna eat up the asphalt, just like they did at QT, and we're gonna be repairing the road farther on down.
Do they think there's another exit down there? Is that why they turn right?
No, they turn right to get into QT. The trucks turn down Innovation Drive and then go in.
I thought you were talking, out of QT, they turn right and go further on further down.
No, we gotta stop them from turning into the Innovation Drive when they're working on that, because they're gonna block the entrance off to get into QT for about a week. You gotta let the concrete cure, they gotta split it into 2 sections, so you can drive past it, but they won't be able to go on it for about a week.
Short.
Yeah, short term. But any truck that goes down there, is gonna turn around right on asphalt, and we're gonna have the same problem down there that we got down here, if we don't stop the trucks from going there while they're working on it. It only takes a few times for them
So
to
what
turn.
option are they gonna have? I mean, they're not gonna be able to go there for a
Yeah,
week?
they can go through the front entrance. They just have no
I
trucks
thought
on Innovation
but
Drive,
it
they have to
says
pull
no
in off of Commerce.
Semis, doesn't it?
Now, it's gonna be tough for them to get out,
I think it does.
but they can come in through Commerce and go back out on Commerce.
In that front entrance, doesn't it say no semis?
It does.
Yeah.
I feel dangerous. Okay.
He said it did. That wasn't
We
it.
got a sign, semis.
Semis on
the
the
other-
other road,
right.
yep.
Yeah. And we gotta change it, because if not, we're gonna end up paying again down the road.
Is that road wide enough that if we closed the one side, you could have just 2 lanes of one-way traffic in a short time?
It's gonna be that way. You don't know, you missed it.
The
If they
problem
turn here to go to QT and can't get into QT from there, they'll go down past the entrance and then U-turn and come back. So they're gonna turn, we don't want any trucks going down there while that entrance is blocked off, because all of them will have to do that U-turn.
But problem one I was trying to solve is if we just blocked off that section, it gives us time to get the project done and the cement to fill. Problem two we address is how do you get the semis to turn in?
Right.
First.
And when I talked to him, the manager looked at me like, that's your guys' issue, not mine. They can come through the front, is pretty much what he told me. So I contacted DC and tried to get them to, DC Construction, trying to get them to help us. When we do that project, we've got to move those trucks in.
The only,
Block it
the
off, they
only
got-
other way we could do it is when they come out the back, the Innovation Drive, they'll just have to do 1 lane that side, let it cure, then jump over and they'll just have to move stuff around. DC Construction halfway got opened up.
To do, you're talking on the entrance.
Yep.
Half the entrance and do the other half of the entrance, not the lane.
I bet
Yeah.
that's gonna slow the project cost.
Yeah, at the time, at the time. Because you're now putting more manpower and you're gonna keep them there, like I said, it's now gonna take twice as long to do the project.
You know,
They
we
bid,
got deployed twice.
exactly.
So who says they can't use the front, NDOT or QT?
I thought it was NDOT.
Could we solve this?
QT.
Who says we can't use QT or
And
NDOT?
at one time it was NDOT, they couldn't come in that way.
Okay, okay.
I thought that's why they had to go that way.
Pilot station, those guys would pull out there and they have a heck of a time.
Let's get a
trying to
hold,
get back.
let's get a hold of DC and we're gonna have to work with them and get the QT manager involved. And we may have to rethink how they plan to do this project, because if NDOT says they can't pull out there, then we can't shut the back end. It's the only entrance way in for the trucks. So they're gonna have to split.
They can't pull out at QT, but they can pull out at 19, they can pull out from behind there.
Yeah, so that's maybe just check
Well,
with
and they
NDOT.
may let us for a short period
Yeah.
of time, right? Like
Yes.
while this project's being done.
That's where my-
Let's call DC and have a conversation with them. They should be able to get a hold of NDOT and they should be able, they should have signs or whatever, so we can shut that down. And we have got to do some kind of signage on that road.
I remember us having a meeting with QT, talking about just us talking about the safety factor of them coming back
That's what I
on 67. We wanted
Because
it
it's
to
a
line
wide
up.
enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought that's
Yeah.
what we did, not as much
Oh,
NDOT,
yeah.
but us.
I see that, I can see that, I can see that, that would create a.
Letters, like make your own sign, a big one, and at our expense, we'll just place it there like, trucks.
Let us talk to DC and see what we can get worked out with them. I mean, they've got all the equipment signs and everything else. We just need to get the proper stuff on that side. And if there's an increase in cost or whatever, then we can discuss that. P and Z.
We had a good meeting, basically updating on some properties. There were several of them that were in a 60-day period that we still had another 30 days to go. A couple of the others, let's see, if there's anything that really jumps out. The 8109 South Walnut Street, that was given a 60-day extension, but the owner are saying that they're planning to sell, so that was one thing. And then we,
Is that the old library?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's the.
waiting on 8410 Albert. There's a recent foreclosure there, but it hasn't been turned over to the bank yet. After the changeover, then the bank will be responsible for keeping it mowed. Brad will mow it. So there will be a lien on it in terms of that mowing. Until that's done. I think pretty much everything else. I don't recall anything. But if you recall anything else,
Terry?
I wanna go back to streets when you get done.
I think we're done.
Go ahead, sir.
can anything be done about this stoplight when you're going west on 32? I've had to stay 3 or 4 stoplights to get through.
I made the phone call 2 days ago, Terry. We're working on it right now to get it changed back over. That is on, that light is supposed to change for school, and then you're getting caught in the morning and in the afternoon at that time. Then it goes back to what it should be. We're trying to get it set back to summertime hours, where we gotta work with NDOT. But yes, I made that phone call, and he's made the phone call, and we're trying to get it changed now. Yes, I've been caught through 2 or 3 lights at the same time all the way back here.
For now, it doesn't need to happen. Yeah. Okay.
So in regards to planning to, next year, when we do our mowing bid again, we also include, if they choose to, whoever bids on mowing, to come up with a flat rate for mowing unkept yards. And so where my thought is that when we send out a letter, we can say, we've got X amount of time to remedy. If the town has to take care of it, the lien on your property is $250, whatever it is. Or within this time period, you can contact this company. If you can't do it yourself, they'll charge you X amount of money. Like, we've already worked out an agreement with them. So we give them an option. So they don't have to either get the lien on their property. If they don't have a mower or something like that, they can call this company and get the lot. Costs certain X amount of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
Just an option.
So we could
See
even,
if they get the gutters can.
we could even do that now. Why would we have to wait till next year?
Well, just because,
What we do
Because
is
we
we
need
do
a
a
bid.
bid. But they can put it in as a package deal, so that, I mean, they're doing the mowing on the other, because not all these yards are the same size, so they're gonna have a price, and if you're gonna do it, I mean, it's gonna be something to be
It's
worked
gonna
out.
be an hourly rate.
well,
Right, that's what I would say.
it's either hourly or fixed rate or whatever, but I wanna make sure it's on the up and up, that it doesn't look like we, have a preferred vendor or something like that. People have the opportunity to bid, and the way we go. And that way they've got multiple options. Mow it yourself, get this company, or get a lien.
Cause I wonder if they'd have to come out, look at the property. How long it take
Get it down to an hourly rate, whatever it is, that's what they bill, that's what they either pay, or that's what the lien is. One way or another, it gets paid, so it doesn't make a difference, but it gets an option, like you said, instead of just, they have an option, they can either use that, or we can do it, pay it, put the lien.
Where my numbers at, like the flat rate. So even if it's $100, right? The company just says, okay, I'll mow a yard, whatever size, $100. It has to be paid up front before they come out. So we call it that way, the company's not trying to collect, or we're not trying to collect, or Brad's not mowing, 5 yards or whatever, he's got other things to do. It's a safe bet, like they know that this has already been paid for, it's done.
See what we come up with. Okay. Put it in the package. Police.
Everyone got their May call log?
Yes, sir.
I do not have anything unless you guys got any questions.
I do. You got anything, Adam?
Body cameras.
Tyler's trying the new one out now.
Yeah. So we've begun the process of testing out body cams.
I see that's the one that you just bought?
Yeah.
I seen one on the plate dock.
Yeah, it's,
Amazon camera.
Yeah.
Amazon camera came off.
there's the professional premium ones, there's the, second tier, I guess, of something like that. And then the other one we're trying is just, hey, can we just try something off Amazon and see if it meets what we need? Because
Right.
there's a huge spread in cost, right? It's like the Amazon one's a couple $100, right? And then you go to even semi-professional, and we're looking at $20,000 down. And if we go higher, I mean, we're looking at $30,000 plus an annual fee and things like that. So we're just trying, experimenting.
Is this the cloud capability?
No, it's not have cloud.
No, but it's easily managed, right?
Yeah, we could do it the same as we're doing now. It's-
Anything else?
She had a question.
Sorry.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any way that more
police substance on 4th Street when ball games are letting out, people speeding up and down. I know they're going more than 25.
I know the other day Sergeant Curtis was out that way as well.
And then what about the semis running the stoplight out there by Culver's? We drive past there 4 times a day, twice in the morning, twice in the afternoon. And I don't know how many truckers.
And if we see him, I'm gonna stop. I will get with Trina. I think she's got the listed ball games. And I'll make sure I send that out to the guys that are working on those days and tell them to make sure they make extra patrols through there. Yes.
I mean, the roads are so narrow anyway.
Right.
So, thank you.
You're welcome. And I can tell you, I live on City, excuse me, and I see the officers working that road all the time.
And I was gonna say something else, that over the weekend, the park had vandalism and stuff done to it down here at the park. Is there any way you can look into that?
What happened?
The bridge that goes across,
This
the
is
kids
the
have,
first time hearing about
the
it.
kids have tore up the pipe so you can't ride stop your golf carts from going across the bridge.
Oh, they
It's
took it
laying-
out?
It's laying in the middle of the creek. And then also the train is being broke apart.
Well, they're constantly having to repair the train, because,
But I think the kids that threw the yellow pipe in should be made to go in.
and they should be able, if they knew when it happened, they could
They
find
did.
it on the, we hadn't heard about it.
We said something to Dan over the weekend. I think
Oh,
it was
Dan
Monday.
knows. Oh, so you
Was
did report
yesterday.
it, okay. Report it. Guess and look into it.
Yes. Anything else, Doc? Park.
I was, asking Trina, because I'm not on the park board, I was asking her for an update and I did not get one, so
Okay.
I know that 4th of July event is coming up the end of the month. They can always use volunteers. Their
Movie night, first
movie night was,
We had a ton of
was
people.
great kickoff. There is an issue, was brought to the park board about rules being violated at the splash pad. Specifically, attire rules are being ignored. And so,
Not as much attire as they need.
so there was a thought was brought up that maybe, they make business cards that says, because, you got some of our splash pad workers are not very old. And, so for them to just put, you have a park violation, on one side, and then on the other side, you have violated this violation, and they just write in what it is, and they walk up and hand it first. And then if it's not fixed in an hour, they call Brad or Dan, and it goes that way, the young kids aren't having to approach someone in an inappropriate swimsuit.
Right.
So that's a thought, I think they're leaning toward doing that, which I thought was a broken idea, but makes it easier on everybody else.
Yeah.
But it's people that should know better, it's not.
I know.
I mentioned this, I sent a text on this, but Saturday morning, the small pump went out in the splash pad. Brad came over, Dan noticed it, Brad came over and fixed it, so I just wanted to make sure everybody say it publicly that, these guys work hard, especially in the summertime. They're out all the time and working their butts off up to the park and people there and just around town, so,
We walk every day and see them.
yeah, so we appreciate it.
Going into new business, request for insurance premium assistance for TIF.
So to cover the rest of Q3 and the Q4 invoice for our municipal insurance, we were wanting to request $31,673.87 from TIF. Last year, we did about $30,000 to cover the TIF payment, and it's
What is it?
basically,
How much is it this year?
well, to be exact, 31,673.87.
A little under 32,000.
Well, it's down from the January request that you thought it would be.
Yeah.
January request was 45. No, it wasn't a request, it was mentioned.
I was
We never,
guessing.
we never went there, she was guessing that, so.
And so I had
exactly
Trina did her spreadsheet magic, but yeah, that,
Because we've got redevelopment, you've seen that redevelopment people, there's many, I've sent out the deal, because we've got to get the resolutions and we've got to get
yeah,
through
we have to have John do that before the meeting, so
before the
we
meeting,
have.
so I've got to get that organized.
So, I mean, if we go 32,000, and that would be the request,
Up to 32.
up to 32.
What's
I
the board-
mean, that should be the amount, barring, you buy a vehicle or you get a new building, all that changes everything.
Oh, yeah, we need to make some adjustments.
If anything, yeah.
Hey.
But we've pretty much gone through where you've got the same breakdown, that's the way we
Right.
pull it out of everything, so. Try to open it up as much as we can, divide it up as much as we can.
No, not at this time.
What's the board's pleasure? No, in front of you is a request, we're not adjourning.
Um,
I need them first, I need a motion.
I'll make
We'll
a
leave it
motion.
to them what TIF fund they wanna take it from.
Yeah,
Okay.
you leave the redevelopment commission, but the board has to do it because it's coming from here, so.
Right.
I make a motion that we approve up to $32,000 from the TIF funds for the additional, extra property insurance premium
The request,
this year.
request to do that.
Requested redevelopment.
Yeah, this is it. So that's it.
I'll second.
We got a first and a second, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Approved.
So before we
We'll
leave,
add it to the, I'll add, and John, I already sent this over to John, I sent this spreadsheet so we can get caught up on the ones that we've already went through here that have not
I
been
saw
front
that,
of redevelopment, so I'll add this one to it.
but before we leave insurance, I know last year we decided to, or for this year, we decided to go with the same company and then we were going to put out bids for 2027. And isn't this the time frame that we need to start doing that in order to?
Well, it depends on how you wanna do it. If you want to go to another broker and have another broker bid it out, the broker we have now goes to different companies and gets bids, like he does United Health, he does IU Health, he does Anthem, whatever we have now, and then he recommends the one closest to the plan we have. If you're wanting another broker, you would have to find another broker to go. So it's just a matter of,
Well, I was just remembering, and
So the other two, we had two different brokers last year.
right, you'd have
So
to
we would
approach
have to
that
go-
other
We'd have to
broker,
approach the brokers and then give them both the same information and see what they came back to.
right,
which I would think they would do the same. They would, now, the other broker would probably approach that plan, I don't know if they're still doing it, Lapel's backed out of it. Lapel was one that they had done, but they're no longer, something happened with their payback plan, so I don't know. I'm not getting all the information back from Lapel on that, because that's
There's
the
some
only one I
issues,
know.
there's some issues in LaPel, they just issued a state of emergency and everything, I mean,
Yeah, there's issues, yeah.
there's some issues in LaPel right now.
So, I give, like, our broker calls, I give him our names, ages, what we need. He takes that and goes and digs the plans. If there's another broker that somebody wants to contact and give that same information, that's fine, but I don't have.
Well, okay, when does that start?
They usually get their new numbers come out, I think he told me August. I'm pretty sure it's August. So is when the new numbers, when you can start getting numbers, and then January 1 is our reading day.
So if there's a broker or somebody that we want to have
Want
looked at,
to
then have the contact.
Then they'll have to contact me and I'll get the exact
We just-
information.
We go with the PPO plan, right? Or did we go with high deductible?
Oh, you're getting deep in the weeds now.
I don't remember which plan. we did.
We have PPO.
Okay, that's what I was. So the other thing is, once we have a number, we can compare it with what the school, what their number is for the PPO plan. Possibility of
Well, you'd have to do the same thing, because whoever has the school would have to take our individual people and ages to do it.
Well, I
To
don't
combine
know,
us.
because they're just part of the master group, right? So our
But they-
people or whatever's probably
Yeah.
not gonna skew the number too much.
Let's see, well, but it depends, the ages will skew it. It just depends on your, the age of your employees, and so forth, so, and, family or not family, or,
Yeah.
So when we do a formal RFP, then is that, how would we do that with brokers?
You would do an RFP, I mean, there'd be broker come and get the information and they would.
all they
bring
would
in-
do is
They're
say,
giving us options.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm trying to
you're-
think how you get it public so that brokers know that we were looking for.
you wouldn't necessarily put an RFP out there with everybody. Basically, if you know of an insurance broker that does health insurance for
This
Then-
area.
this area, then they would contact me and I would say, we have X amount of adults, males, blah, 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 and give just basic information.
And then they would provide options.
Yeah,
Options,
I
they
get
would
that
say,
portion of it.
You know, what kind of insurance do you want, like, and then they go to, like, Billy Kirkham goes, he checks Anthem, he checks United Health, he checks, there's another one, there's like 3 or 4. And he basically takes the plan we had previously and tries to get us close, if that's the kind of plan.
Yeah, I guess what I was trying to, what I was wondering, is there a way to, that a broker could publicly discover that they could get information from us and be part of a proposal?
Usually you don't have to do that, because usually insurance brokers are contacting you.
Okay,
They normally,
okay.
Contact,
Would it be in
but if
contact
there's
with
one
the
that says, somebody calls and says, Adam Jones said, you guys were looking to bid out, I need, and then I give
Stay
them
away
their
from that.
basic information. That's how I do that.
It's quite bad info.
All right, anything else? No, okay. All right, then, next is the Beijer quote. I'll be able to explain, but I will not be able to entertain anything out of this, because I don't know if you guys have seen what this is about. We have always got our roads rated by Delaware County. When they do their Beijer ratings, it has to be done every 2 years. It has to be in for the CCMG to qualify. The county paid for it. They have now moved to a different system. They have moved to their own. They're taking care of their own. They're not hiring it done. It was about $212,000 a year every time they had it done. So they have bought the equipment. They're going to do their own. In this doing it, they're only doing the county roads, and they're going to do, the city of Muncie is doing their own. All the small towns are now on their own. You guys know who I am, ECI Regional Planning District. We handled a lot of the CCMG, so we picked up and we made a template out. We just did Yorktown. I'll pass that around. This is their inventory, and we did their complete when they have a lot more. We got 11. I can't remember how many miles. How many is it? 60 miles. 69.77. We did their whole inventory, and you see we do it a little bit different than what they do. We color coded, put it down. We divided into the areas. ECI, we only cover, as you know, just like CCMG, manpower and hours and timing. We have come up with timing on this and a full report same as that for $1,037.98. These guys that do that 200,000, this is like I said, well, we're not profit. We don't do anything for profit. We do it just to cover expenses and to keep getting into the big stuff. But say we did now, Yorktown, I mean, it's public knowledge, it was done in a public meeting, was 2,700, but there's 61 lane miles. You have to do both sides of each lane. So here we only have 11.1. It won't take long to get through with each intersection. You know how it does the same as the inventory. We have to go through each section from corner to corner and rate everything in between. And then take pictures and put the whole thing together. This now has become part of CCMG. If you do not have it done, you are not eligible. It's just like the inventory that we already take care of for the town of Delville and 8 other towns. We keep it up to date with NDOT and with you guys and keep the books closed out.
So Muncie's doing this?
Muncie, no, county, the county's,
Fix our dirt roads?
no. The county is separating out all of it now, making Muncie and the county do their own, instead of doing a joint venture.
Let's see what they want. Is this public?
I can't.
Mayor?
Being recorded.
Really?
But
I think that's great. What do you want, a motion?
I am out on this one. I'll call the SIA. What would the board like to do?
I want to make a motion.
Yeah, I second it for
Okay,
the,
we've got
You wanna accept the quote from ECI?
yes.
we've got a first and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
I,
Oppose? Abstain? Aye. All right, we'll go over there. Adam, this with you being vice president, there's a service contract. I'll let you sign that. I cannot.
Just out of curiosity, just go into the township, because they're, the township's part of the town now. At Yorktown?
Yes,
Okay, so
I have to do all their incorporate, their 61, is everything they're
So
responsible
that's the whole
for
township.
by their tax rate basis. So that's that's the township, all of Yorktown, DC 61 miles. We have already done on theirs, we've gotten done. So, I'll pass that down to Amy. I brought everything.
sorry.
$7,000.
Yes.
What are we gonna get out? Streets.
That's what, we've got MVH and there's plenty of funds there.
Local on the street.
Local roads and streets, the other one, we've got money in both of those accounts to take care of. Okay,
So, Tom, on your, motion, you wanna say, approve the quote from ECI to be paid out of LRS, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking there, make sure.
Brandy, you good with that?
Yes.
Board, all right. The other things I had, we're at the end, but I'm going to other business that I had, the rate analysis already talked about. This is what you'll see. It's only 4 pages. It's real quick. It's real easy, but you can see, and I know, I'll give it to the accountant, you can read, look at the difference between that line and that line right there. It's all $500,000. And that will make you change your mind. Second, CCMG is coming up for this year, 2027. I've asked Brad, we've had a couple complaints from the post office on the curb and the sidewalk over there in Deal. We first reached out to McNally and Sons. I wanted to get a quote to see what it would be to redo that whole corner right there. We're looking at about $16,000 to tear up all that curb, concrete, pull it out, redo it right, proper, straight pitch, level off, step down so people ain't tripping, nothing to go over, the ADA walkways on both ends, the whole 9 yards. Got away from that, we got down the road and we're going into 2027, that's 16. Well, if we do the whole road from front of the park to the railroad track, include the sidewalk, which we can if we peel and pave on the CCMG project, we got a quote from DC Construction for $80,228.71. We pay 20%. So I think that our best move is to add this to our CCMG for this year. Yeah. And whatever other roads Brad gives me, we get an estimate on and put it in the CCMG because we are heavy in MDH restricted going over an LRS where we could be able, we should have more than enough to take care of that. So that's the direction I'm headed in right now. We're good with that?
Yep.
Okay. Thought it was the last thing. Are you ready to talk about the HVA system? Or does the board want to talk about it? You've all seen what came out from Trina. I'm sure this came through. I didn't want to leave it laying there, but are we wanting to address this now?
Yeah, I can talk about it. And then give you my opinion to what we need to do, and you guys can.
Has everybody seen this? So we know what we're talking about. Okay, go right ahead.
Okay, so, DNS HVAC, Todd Scott came out, did a very in-depth, detailed look at our system, and has come up with an action plan to alleviate a lot of the problems that we're having with the system. He feels very strongly that the rooftop units are in good shape, and we need to consider not going down the route of like individual systems and things like that. He has prepared a quote, $63,000, that will split the building between upstairs and downstairs. And as we were told multiple times through our handoff process of the building, that the system was split east and west. It's not. There's just an intermix amongst the floors on how the units are conditioned air, so they can get into a situation where they end up fighting each other. So this would alleviate that, and they would ensure that the system is operating as efficiently as possible when they finish. Lehman has also come out, did a overview look at the system, came up with the same conclusion that the rooftop units are in good shape. We just need to get into a maintenance cycle with them. And again, not replace, but redo, how they're conditioning the space. They would like to come out and spend a couple days here to survey all of the ductwork and how the system is operating. And then for a nominal charge, come up with an action plan on how to address it. He emailed me today. Their trip charge would land somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000 to properly do the evaluation.
But the other company did it
For free.
for free.
Yeah, I think we're probably talking apples and oranges, right? The depth of the analysis, right? And admittedly, I think a lot of the issues are very front and center. And so you can probably get 90% of the way there with what ENS has done. I think that we should probably pull in one more company to give us an assessment of what they think and see which general direction it goes. Does it go more towards Lehman? Does it go more towards Todd Scott? And then decide whether or not we want to make a move and try to change it. Yeah. Either way, I mean, we're going to have to address it in some way, shape, or form. And honestly, we were looking at a much higher number to begin with, based off of some just initial inspections, and that money would probably better be suited to insulate the exterior walls. The gap in money from what the Todd Scott estimate was and then where we were initially thinking we were going to be.
Just to be clear, all this should have been right the first time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We should have insulated walls, and
Absolutely.
we should have a heating system that is
That's
working.
functional.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, but here we are.
Absolutely.
yeah,
We're stuck.
Yeah.
We're
It's called
playing
the
all day long.
pandemic
It's like a-
focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, I've contacted an energy engineer who will put a Band-Aid on it for us until we figure out. And he's done a pretty good job for us in the past, probably for really cheap. So,
Craig.
yeah, he'll come over and fix the controls.
The issue is it was poorly engineered, bottom line.
Yeah,
Poorly engineered.
So
So you
question,
can't do anything about that, so you're correct.
I wasn't around when the building was done, so I'm assuming we had a project manager that was over the building. But we had that too when we built our home, but each of our individual units are based on whoever installed the unit. So our air conditioning is, we have to go back on the air conditioning company or go back on the electric company, not who built our home. Do we not have that capability here?
They've done a very good job of circling the wagons. And they're all on the same page, that the system is working as designed and meets the bottom spec.
Gotcha.
Yeah, back to the engineering. It's designed. Poorly designed. And I've talked to Travis a little bit myself, because I know Travis really well. And his thing is, you start ripping out units and stuff, he said, you might find out that doesn't even help you. So what you gotta do is find out what's causing it, get down to that, make those adjustments. And I think that's what Scott's doing in his way too. It's just a little different approach. Maybe not as thorough as So the question would be, do we need to be more thorough, or is that thorough enough for us? So
Is there another commercial company we can reach out to?
Yeah, I just gotta figure out who. It
Should
should
be
be
a commercial one.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Dean was the first name that came to mind. I couldn't think of it earlier when we were talking,
Yeah.
but we can give him a call. Yeah.
I know Dean. they've been
I mean,
around
I think we should just, for the sure fact that it was wrong to begin with, right? And I just think we need a couple opinions to make sure we're addressing the right issue this time.
Agreed. That's why it's, my thought is get one more to see which direction it's going. Did we have two that agreed?
Yeah.
Or did we get three completely different answers?
Right.
And if you have three different answers, you decide which one you wanna go. I mean,
Spin the wheel.
Hey, it's the wheel.
What's the board's pleasure?
I say we get the third opinion.
At least a
Better.
third. If we get a fourth one, that'd be all right, just, I don't think we get enough opinions.
To the end, regardless, we're gonna have to get the money from TIF. We'll have it, so.
That might be part of the decision process too. It's a cost.
I mean,
I mean, I
it could
guess-
be added.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it could be either or.
So with that said, maybe we also get the Band-Aid price too, so that we at least have that, right? And we can throw all the options.
Well, all he's gonna do is, he's gonna get on the computer and fix the
The
control.
flow, the control, he's gonna try to
Controls, he's
adjust
gonna
it to
do
the best
that.
of
And he's
his
done that for us
ability.
before.
I know what you do, I used to do it in the county building, I mean, they were pneumatic, this isn't pneumatic, it's electronic, but it's the same thing, it's just
He
controlling
could-
ducts open and heat cool.
He in fact got
Right.
it down, like, we're talking right now, $3,000 electric bill for this bill. He had it down to about 1,500, 2,000 when we had controls going, so that was better.
Yeah.
So, we just gotta fix the controls.
Did I? You just want to reach out and get a couple quotes, we don't need a motion for that, you can reach out and just get a couple quotes and we'll move that over.
Thanks for checking.
Turn it loose in the email, let's throw them around in the email so we can have some discussion before, and you can review them before we have the next meeting, so we can get down the road in one direction or the other, okay? Last thing, I don't think, I'm not ready, I guess I just give knowledge, we reached out, J. Crew, I asked Brandy to do a project, the stormwater building, of getting landscaping and all of that done. First ones came in, on all of it as far as planting and trees, I think it's right at 16,000.
Ouch.
16,190, that's
Well,
everything.
that's also doing the grading, seeding, putting in the yard.
Finishing up the brush clearing, here,
Just basically turn.
yeah,
We're gonna get a couple others coming in, or?
yeah, we got another one.
There's another one that I should get next week.
Yeah.
I asked to have it by today and I couldn't do it.
Grading, clearing, and landscaping, is that what that includes?
And then brush clearing in the back, cutting it down.
Completely done. All the way through, the back will be cleared, and then over here where the little turn of the jog, there's 5 more bushes planted down there line, so it'll just come right straight down there, take care of that, and give them some cover over there, so it's some privacy for their property, and yet pull everything into here, and then clean the rest of it up and do these
Hey,
out
if you
front.
send me
kinda
the
clean it up.
pictures, I can get daily rate, a quote from them pretty quick.
Okay,
Jackson moves really quick, so,
we will get it forward over to you.
yeah, I'll send it to you.
She sent me this one, I was waiting on the other one, we hadn't got it in Plant Studio yet.
I can do that.
Okay, that takes care of everything I got there. I'm at the end of the deal. Does any other board member have any other business that needs to go before us this evening? Seeing none. Anybody in the public wish to speak at this time?
I
Yes,
just,
sir.
I just came over, my name's Phil Gift, I'm running to be your next state rep. So I'm just trying to get out here and, see what the issues are with small communities, so, thank you.
No, you're doing what you need to do. That's nice. All right, seeing nothing else, I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we close the meeting.
I second it.
We've got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
Well, you guys got my vote already, that's 47 minutes, that's.
That's not the record though.
No, not close.